Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be on the chiller side. I have some new makeup to try out and I thought I would bring you guys along with me. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. I have some of E.L.F's new launches. They came out with another Power Grip Primer, but this one has 4% niacinamide and it's pink. They look really cute together, don't they? I tried them on the back of my hand. They feel exactly the same. This one just has the inclusion of niacinamide. I do really enjoy this primer. It's very, very tacky. It's very similar to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, and I do love niacinamide, but I don't know if it's the most necessary just because I don't really rely on my makeup products to have my skincare ingredients in them, but we'll see. Yeah, it feels the exact same. The same texture, thickness, and feel on the skin. I'm going to be trying out the Makeup by Mario Surrealskin foundation again, and I'm going to be using the shade 5N today. And I'm applying that with my BK Beauty 101 brush. I love this foundation brush, it's so good. I'm going in with a generous amount today. I wanted to see what a thicker layer looked like, and it still looks lovely. I just love the finish of this foundation. It's so smoothing, but it's so dewy-fying at the same time. Is that a word? I don't know. But now I'm taking my dampened beauty blender just to dab over everything. Since my self-tan has faded a bit, I feel like I can see what it truly looks like on my skin tone. It's a better match too, so it just looks super, super nice and flattering. I'm not feeling super confident on the next product here. This is the Bareminerals Complexion Rescue Brightening Concealer Cream. It's not giving me the best first impression. So this is what it looks like, and it looks like they kind of sloppily added these weird stickers on top. I haven't used this yet, but you can see that the sticker's already lifting. I looked at them on Sephora, and it looks like it's actually like printed on the bottle, and they just threw these on. Maybe there's a printing mistake, or because Canada is very strict with SPF, I thought maybe they added these just so that they could ship to Canada, but it still says the SPF number right here. So it's a little bit confusing. So just by the looks of this product, I'm not feeling quite excited, but you never know. Outer packaging doesn't mean that the inner product is bad. So let's see which shade I'm in. Ooh, okay, the texture looks a little odd. Can you see it on the palette here? It's a little bit chunky. Here, I spread it out on my palette a little bit more so you can see clearly. See, it's grainy. It's a grainy texture. Okay, it seems that it smooths out once it's on your skin. I'm going to try out the shade Fair Vanilla. I think that's going to be the closest match. So this is described as an ultra lightweight under eye concealer that corrects, brightens, and visibly depuffs and protects with buildable light to medium coverage with a natural finish. Let's give it a shot. I'm just going to apply it with my finger so it melts that grainier texture down. Okay, it's blending out good. Coverage is nice too. It's definitely like a light to medium, but it does brighten up my under eyes really nicely. And it does feel lightweight, which it didn't look like it was going to just by the texture alone on my palette, but it's feeling really light. This was giving me bare minimum instead of bare minerals at the beginning, but it's looking okay. To set my under eyes, I'm using my Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Powder. I'm applying it with a dry sponge right under my eyes. Now I'm taking a fluffy brush. This is the Rare Beauty highlighting brush, but I'm using it to sweep away the excess powder. That concealer looks quite nice now that it's set. It looked nice before it was set too, but now that it's in my normal routine, it looks quite promising. So now let's see how that sets in and settles. Now let's get into bronzer, and I have another new E.L.F. release here. This is the Luminous Putty Bronzer. I'm going to be using the shade Vacay Mood, and just by swatching the formula alone in here, it seems to be a lot stiffer than the original Putty Bronzer. I'm going to whip out my other ones actually. This is the shade Tan Lines in the original Putty Bronzer, and the formula in here feels a lot more balmy in comparison to the Luminous one, which is interesting. I'm going to swatch them I'm going to swatch them bye-bye. Side by side. This is Feeling Shady and Tan Lines from the original Putty Bronzer, and this is the Luminous one. So you can see there's a little bit of a different sheen to it. This one is more shimmery and this is more balmy. I like the tone of this one. It's kind of a mix of these two colors. I think I'm going to dig this more than the Putty Bronzer. I've learned to I don't know if my older putty bronzers are going off or what, but see how it looks very inconsistent in the swatch? I tried to get it to be very smooth, but it ends up gathering a little bit in some areas and it looks patchy. And I find that it can translate like that on my cheeks as well. So I'm hoping that this one is smoother. And I'm applying this with my Sephora Collection brush. This one's discontinued, but they have a very similar style. It's the number 56, I believe. I thought maybe the pearlescence in here could gather kind of like the other putty bronzer, but that doesn't happen. It's very smooth and consistent. And it is very luminous without being glittery or very shimmery. Like it just looks like a healthy bronzer. This color is a little bit cool toned. I feel like it looks more like a contour, but I'm not mad at it. Fairly easy to buff on the skin as well. I think I want to go quite chocolatey on the eyes or maybe on the lips. So I'm going to add some of this Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer in the shade Deep Caramel as my bronzer. This is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury contour one in tone and packaging and everything, and I really have been enjoying it. I'm feeling quite illuminated today. Look when I shift my head. I bounce the light in every angle. What a dream. But now let's add even more radiance, shall we? I received the new Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide Face Architect highlighters. So I have two shades. One of them's too deep for me, but it's the shade Bronze Glow. It looks so pretty. So there's Bronze Glow, and this is Pillow Talk Glow, which is kind of a pinky highlight. It's not the one I would have picked for myself. I think I would have gone for Champagne Glow, but it's cute still. And I'm going to take my Moda Pro Glow brush to apply. It feels very similar to the limited edition highlighter that they came out with in 2020, I believe. It has that kind of creamy powder texture, and it feels kind of frothy in a way, so it feels very similar to that. Oh yeah, I think this is the same formula, maybe altered ever so slightly, and now there are many shades. But yeah, I've seen this before. I know you. I've walked with you once upon a dream. A very glowy dream. I love that highlighter in the past because it sinks right into your base and it looks very cream-like, but you get the benefits of a powder, so it's not going to budge at all. But you can see it's very sheer. When I'm looking at you, you can't see the sheen until I turn my head. I love that. The base layer is very, very see-through. Now it's time for my favorite step, blush, and I'm going to be using my Nars Rising Star palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here since I'm aiming to use some chocolatey tones for the rest of my face. Ooh, this is turning out to be a lot more rose on my skin tone. You can probably tell I'm digging this color because it's suddenly all over. I put some on my forehead, my nose of course, and my chin. I was never a fan of their past cheek palettes like this. There was always something missing, but this one is very enticing to me. It lights me up inside a little. I love the colors. And it's a cute formula because it's subtly pearly, so it adds more glow. So now it's time to cut a bit of the glow. I feel like there's a lot happening on my face right now. I'm going to set with my LYS Triple Fix setting powder in the shade Resilience. I'm now going to pop off camera to do my brows real quick, so please enjoy the brow intermission. While I was letting my eye primer set down a little, I was admiring my makeup, and I feel most impressed by my under eyes right now. My under eyes look so smooth. That concealer has really impressed me. This is not at all what I was expecting from that. I feel like I need to issue a formal apology to Bareminerals. That bare minimum joke was just a joke. I don't mean it. I'm sorry for underestimating you. But yeah, look how smooth it looks, and it hasn't gathered. I don't have many new eye products, so I thought I would try some new techniques. I found this creator on TikTok. Her name is Alice, and she has a very different approach to eye makeup than I have, and I thought it would be fun to try out a different style. So I'm going to play this video for you, and then I'm going to try it out for myself. So I don't have all of the exact products she used, so I'm going to use what I have. I do have the $19.99 beauty pencil though that she used, so that's exciting. So I'm going to start off with this Nabla Cupid's Arrow pencil in the shade number 5. I'm going to place it in the same areas she did, and I'm going to start blending. And then she goes in with this $19.99 beauty pencil in the shade Barna, and she kind of defines things. Oh, this looks super unblended on camera. What is going on? It doesn't look like that in person. Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna fix that later. But I'm going to take this pencil, and she kind of defined her lash line better. And I'm blending that out. And she also defined the inner corner right here, as well as the lower inner corner. I'm just going to take a smaller brush to do these finer details. This is a Smith 233. It makes it look so effortless, but it's very dainty placements. And to help smooth that part out, I'm just going to take a fluffy brush with the Nabla pencil, and I'm going to see how much I have on there and do little circles. And then she took the shade Quartz from the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty, and she just dabbed that in the center of the top lid as well as the lower lid. And because I feel like I have too much depth in my crease right here, I'm taking some of my setting powder and I'm going to lay that on top to dull it out and make it look more diffused. I guess we'll see what this looks like with mascara, but I'm going to quickly do this eye and I'll be right back. I let that look intimidate me a little bit more than it should have. I don't know why. I worked with products I worked with like hundreds of times before, so I don't know what I was doing. I was just intimidated by her beauty. I love her approach to makeup. Highly recommend you checking her out, especially if you like that kind of lived in, everyday kind of look. I really, really enjoy her content. Now I'm going to be using this new mascara from E.L.F. This is the Lash and Roll Mascara. So it looks like it's going to be a Benefit roller lash dupe. They're kind of turning into a duping brand, hey? I wonder if that's something they're going to continue, or it's interesting. It's definitely a shift in what I'm used to from E.L.F. So far, that's looking really cute. I think this is one of those eye looks that comes alive once you add mascara, and she had the most amazing lashes. So I'm trying to do that separated, lengthened look. I have not used the roller lash mascara in so long, so I don't know how this truly compares, but on this own, this is looking really pretty. And I'm taking my mascara all across my lower lashes. Whoa, drama in the suburbs. So far this is giving me my desired lash look straight out of a new bottle. Usually mascaras need a couple uses before they get to that great consistency, but I dig this right away. And I've been applying this for quite some time now, and it doesn't seem to get clumpy. So let's just hope this wears well. This look definitely came alive with mascara. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Here's to more testing new techniques in 2023. That was really fun. And for my lips, I'm going to be using one of these things from Claydo's. These are the Cloud Lab lip clays. This was a previous formula from them, I believe. These are just new shades, and I've never tried this formula. I quickly swatched all of these colors right here. I'll go through them. The first shade here is Himalayan Pink, Tundra, North, Echo Valley, Rosefire, Siren, which is so unique. That purple is so cool. Bloodstone, which is the color I think I'm going to be using today. And the last one is Golden Rosin, which is a very odd color as well. Not odd, but just very different. I don't know if I'd be able to pull that off. But just for funsies, I want to try on Siren since it's such a unique purple. Let's see what it looks like. Whoa. It's a little patchy. Okay, it's better when you first apply it and then you add another layer. Very unique. I did not do the best application there, but I just wanted to try it on. I'm picking a lip liner to suit this lip color. These are both by Makeup Forever. This one is Versatile Chestnut and the other is Universal Earth. Ooh, I think this one, it's like an exact match, but if I want it to be a little bit more red, I'd go with that one. Both really solid matches, but I wanted it to be as similar as possible, so I'm going to go in with Versatile Chestnut. And here we go with Bloodstone. This one seems to be more consistent, not as streaky and patchy as Siren. These feel very similar to the Wet n Wild Cloud Pouts or the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks. A little bit more tedious to work with though for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure if I really love this formula. I feel like it's a bit too thick feeling on my lips and it was difficult to work with. It is a really nice texture though, it's super velvety, very matte. And here is the completed look. What do you guys think? This is exactly what I was envisioning my makeup to turn out like today, so that's a plus. I just wanted to recap my thoughts on the new things I tried out today. So first with the Power Grip primer with niacinamide. It's very similar, pretty much identical to the original Power Grip, so you don't need both. This one's just a little different, and by a little different, it just has the inclusion of niacinamide and it's pink. Other than that, they perform and feel the exact same. For the Makeup by Mario foundation, I'm still feeling very excited about it. Things just pair with it beautifully. I like the finish of this one a lot better today. I feel like it suited my skin tone better. It did a better job at correcting my skin. It feels more and more promising to me. So just a little quick update for that guy. For the concealer, this is the most surprising product to me. I did not anticipate this going well at all, but I think it's one of the products that performed the best out of the new things I tried out today. So I'm going to continue testing this out. I'm intrigued to see how it wears. The packaging is awful, but the actual performance of the product is quite good. Moving on to the E.L.F. Luminous Putty Bronzer. I am very impressed with this so far. I like the tone of it. I like how it's kind of like a warm contour. And I think I prefer this formula over the original Putty Bronzer. I think it's too soon for me to come to that conclusion, but I'm enticed by this formula. Another thing I'm going to have to try out with different foundations and different bases and such. For the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, I feel like I've known this highlighter before and I really dig it. I like the color of this one as well. Usually I'm not keen on pinky highlights, but this one is not absurdly pink. It's just very flattering and I feel like it's quite similar to my skin tone. And I think it's going to suit a lot of the blushes I've been gravitating towards. I feel like this is an easy one to recommend if you're really into powder highlights. You might like this one. Moving on to the E.L.F. Lash and Roll. This mascara is really exciting to me. I feel like my lashes look beautiful. They're nice and separated, they're not clumpy. It gave me my desired lash look right off the bat. It feels very comfortable and lightweight through my lashes and it was easy to apply. I have no complaints here. I feel like I'm going to get along with this one. I'm going to update you on its wear time, but I'm feeling enticed by it, that's for sure. Finally, for the Claydo's Lip Clay, not a fan. I don't think I'm going to really reach for this product. I feel like I have other similar formulas in my collection that don't feel this dry or thick on my lips. Like I'm feeling very aware that I'm wearing a lipstick and it's not the most comfortable. I don't know how long I'm going to be wearing this lip. I might switch it out after I'm done filming. I thought it was going to feel really nice and silky, which it does have a little bit of that aspect to it for sure, but it just ultimately feels thick and kind of dry. So this is not a formula for me. So those are all of my first impressions on the new products I tried out today. I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, make sure to give this video a like. I'll make sure to list and link everything in the description down below just to make it easier for you all, so feel free to check that out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!